I've had a lot of people in my life ask me to use psychedelics, but I never did it. Because I come from India, I come from a tradition of mind only. Studied Buddhism, and everything in India is always mind only. So I always only trusted my mind, and I always felt like if I was going to try psychedelics, I was going to be running away from something. So I always said no. They said to me, my therapist, other people, they said to me, if you take the psychedelics, you'll go faster, but what you gain, you lose. You see it faster, but then you have to work towards it, you lose it. But if you go mind only, you go slower, but what you gain, you keep. And so I went slow, I decided to go slow, and I decided to go step by step. And then only like last month, the opportunity came up to use ayahuasca, and I decided to go, and I felt I was ready. And I guess what happened to me, to answer your question, was it brought me back to my creative state. So I can tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a creator, I'm a writer, I'm a journalist. I have been for 20 years now a war reporter. So I work in Mexico, I work in indigenous communities that are fighting wars to protect their territories, to protect their ecosystems. Every time I came out of these situations, writing for me was therapy. But for the first time, 2 weeks ago, after ayahuasca, I felt returned to that calm, creative state that writing would bring me to. And I wasn't writing. And I thought, wow, my thought was, these people knew. These people knew that there was a medicine that could bring you back to that state. But I think, yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful and it's beautiful. And I think to your point about normalizing psychedelics, I'm new, right? It's only been a few weeks, but I absolutely think that this should be a tool that people use. It can be healing. It can return you to yourself, return you to your creative state. And I think these are all gifts that have happened to me sometimes in my life, but not always. And I think to have external help, because sometimes you're overwhelmed, you're traumatized, you're whatever, you need external help. And I think if you approach it in the right way, which for the first time I did with the shaman, I think you can reach a powerful state. It's a great place to be.
Can you expand a little bit more on like how did it change your life in your everyday?
So it's only been a couple of weeks, right? I came back, I changed some relationships immediately. I felt like they were not good for me. So I ended some. I called up other people whom I had said no to, and I recognized that there was something deeper there that I hadn't recognized. I hadn't been in a state to be open to, apologize where I had to. So there were lots of, changes. I feel maybe more centered, calmer, ready for opportunities. I don't know what they are though. It's a way of saying I'm ready for the unknown, but in a different way. Often we face the unknown with fear, with so many emotions we don't know. But I think what I came out of from the ayahuasca ceremony was this ability and calmness in facing the unknown and knowing that I'm excited for it.
Can you explain some of the similarities and differences between a state reached by meditation and a state reached by psychedelics?
When I took ayahuasca, I was lying on my bed after like 2 hours after like the shaman and I had spoken. 2 hours later, I was lying on my bed. And basically, I felt that my meditative practice was happening easy. I was able to, my meditative practice in a one line is sort of from Krishnamurti, where he says, you observe who you are, what you're feeling, and you trust that the changes that need to happen will happen. So you don't try to force anything, you just observe. And lying in my bed, it was happening so easily. All my emotions were passing through me. I was able to watch one after the other. It was meditation, but completely facilitated. And so I realized, okay, this is what I'm doing every day, but sometimes it's so hard. The medicine has made it so easy. And it's just brought me back to that state. So it felt like the same thing. Maybe what the medicine made it easier to see was if I was hurting or if I was in a difficult emotion because of some experience, it made it easy to see what that was. But then it doesn't cure you, I don't think, at least in my experience, it doesn't cure you. After the medicine, you have to make a choice. You have to decide whether you're going to trouble yourself with the same things that you saw, or you're going to make a change in your life. So all it does is show you, and then you have to choose. So that's what I liked. It wasn't like it changed who I was. It wasn't anything to be afraid of. It didn't make me another person, which was one of the questions before. Like, what is this? It's going to alter my mind or something? No, it just shows you what's troubling you, what's making you happy, and then you have to choose. And if you want to go back and to the relationships or situations that are making you unhappy, then that's your choice, and then you get what you knew was coming. So that's it. So I think it just shows you, I guess in that way, it's a teacher. You know, there's some people talk about planta maestra, whatever your teacher plant. In that way, it is a teacher. It just shows you what's making you happy and what's making you sad.